Hey everybody, Dan Hastings here, and welcome to my 2020 in the bag. Before we get started, I just need to thank Discraft, making the best discs out there. Been amazing the last 2 years with them. And Ridge Roller Custom Carts, also been with them for the last 2 years. Love their bags, love their carts. Couldn't be happier with the support I received from both of these companies. This is going to be part one of a 3-part in the bag that we don't need to listen to me talk for too long all at once. And the first part is going to be putters. And for the purpose of this video, I'm calling the zone a putter, and that's where we're going to start. So I currently bag 2 zones. The one I'm going to talk about first is the one that's been in my bag all season. I'm kind of beating that in. Last year I felt like I cycled through like 6 or 7 different zones. I couldn't find that combination of feel and stability that I was looking for. This year, this run of ESP zones is absolutely amazing. Picked this up from Austin at the start of the year, and I'm beating it ever since. So I use this for a lot of forehand shots that I want to get a straighter flight, and then I'll hook up and finish at the end. So I'll show you now a couple shots with this Austin Turner zone. The second zone I have in my bag is one of my favorite looking discs. I've always been a sucker for the purple on green. Where is it? Just because it goes with my man the Hulk. That's literally the only reason why I picked out this disc, with those Hulk colors. Besides, it has that same amazing feel as that last one I talked about. This one I will use for shots that I just want to keep it on a straight hyzer, or if I need a really hard finish or some sort of skip, both backhands and forehands. The zone's an absolute amazing utility disc. So now we can check out some of the shots with this one. So that's the zone. If you're not bagging a zone or 2 or 3, do so. Great utility disc, especially as you get the different levels of stability. You'll be amazed that it's not just a overstable smash into the ground. You can really get some unique flights out of a well-seasoned zone. Next we're going to jump into my putting putters, or as Mitch and Jared like to say, my putter. But these are my putting putters. They have been, since the very first month on Discraft, I fell in love with the Photon Glow. I feel as I was making that transition, I didn't know what I was going to putt with. Kirk Yo met up with me after an 8th year that I won down in Jacksonville, North Carolina, and he showed me one of these, and he says, you can have one as soon as you're on Team Discraft. And I'm like, and that was in December, and I'm like, sweet, give me 2 weeks, and then I'll be calling you up looking for that putter, because I'm joining them for the 2019 season at the time, and I haven't gone back since. These crazy tough Photon Glow, super stiff. It gives me that smooth, consistent release out of the hand. Everything I'm looking for in a putter. If you haven't watched any of the Pro Tour putting invitational, do so. I make quite a few putts with these. So if you want to see more than the ones I'm about to show you as far as their flight and how I release and just my putting style in general, check that out. But hopefully these couple putts here will hold you over till then. Next, we're going into probably the most important part of my game. My jump putts, anywhere from 40 to 70-ish is where I kind of stopped trying to run it. But I was trying to stick strictly with these Photon Glows for so long. They just really don't like that torque of a jump putt, and they kind of get some flutter and little inconsistencies. So I actually putted with these back when I first started playing disc golf, like 14, 15. And I remember loving them, so I revisited them in this thumb track on the Banger GT. Absolutely love it. I use the Pro D again because I like that stiffness, because it prevents any sort of wobble out of the hand. It just gives a really consistent release, predictability, the perfect stability for my jump putts, because I can pop them on a hyzer. They'll flatten out a little, but they'll still hold that angle. And I've made, I feel like, more jump putts with these this season than I have in my entire career. Absolutely love them. Again, ton of jump putts on the Pro Tour Invitational videos. You haven't checked those out. But until then, here's a couple jump putts. Alright, so now we're moving into my throwing putters. Part of my game that I've always struggled with. And honestly, when I was filming some shots for this video, I felt like my ability to throw a putter is the best it's ever been. This is also the first time that I've had multiple molds that I tried throwing off the tee. A disc that I fell in love with at the beginning of the year was the soft roach. The grip, the stability, everything I needed just to be able to throw it straight. As you know, the soft plastic isn't the most durable, so this quickly became an understable disc for me. So that became another tool to use, but at the same time, it's like, okay, what am I using for stable shots or just overstable shots? The soft roach, as you'll see in these next couple of videos, has a very understable flight to it for me right now. It also allows me to throw it much slower on shorter holes and still have that straight to stable finish. But you'll see me throwing this mostly for discs that I want to kind of move left to right out of the hand. So we'll check out some of those right now. And then, like I said, the durability of that soft roach wasn't getting it done for me. I felt like I had to put a new one in the bag to have that stable flight, and I just didn't want to have to keep changing discs that frequently. So fortunately, I moved on. I got my hands on a crystal roach, thinking it was going to be that same thing as the soft, where it just starts out dead straight. For me, this crystal roach is actually an overstable putter. So I throw this for hyzer shots where I really want to be able to get on a putter and still have it finish left. I have to convince myself that it's not a roach at times, because when I'm throwing my roach, it's failing right. Where this one, very overstable finish. Great if I want to throw a little flex shot, or mostly you're going to see me throwing this for flat shots that I want to start flat, get a nice carry, and then dump at the end. Great disc. I picked up like 4 or 5 of them as soon as I found out I liked it. One of the newest additions to my bag, and I'm not regretting it. I'll show you a couple shots here.
I have a Zoom meeting with my sister for her birthday tomorrow.
So now we're moving on to the newest addition to my bag, and probably the most important disc to my approach game. The Player of the Year, Paige Pierce Fierce. I didn't get on board with the hype around the prototype at first. Again, going back to the soft roach, like that, the stability won't stay consistent with that softer plastic. So I held out until these came out. I actually picked up a clear one from my buddy Will Sherrill that you see me throw a couple times in this video, but I kept losing that one in the middle of the fairways, and my wife says she's going to come with me. I had to get one that we can see. This one you can see from forever away, but no, this disc literally does it all. If you want it to have a stable finish or stable flight, put it on a slight hyzer, it'll hold it. If you want it to fly dead straight, throw it flat, it's going to go dead straight. You want to throw a nice gentle turnover, this thing will literally hold any line you hold it on, and is very quickly becoming one of my favorite discs to throw. And for me to say that about a putter is saying a lot, because that has not been a strength of mine or a part of the game that I enjoy. So I think I have quite a few shots lined up coming up, so enjoy those, and in the meantime, go get yourself one of these. It's worth the money, worth the investment. Great disc. So in my bag for putters, I have zones. I have Banger GTs, I have CT Challengers, I have Roaches in various plastics, and I have the Page Pierce Fierce. Definitely a part of my bag that I'm really confident with going into this next part of the season. If you bag any of these, let me know down below. If you want to see more videos with certain discs, let me know. Until then, like and subscribe down below so you don't miss it when I do my mid-ranges and fairways next. Thanks for watching, and again, thank you to my sponsors.